See if I can get this in the right position. So I decided to install Linux Mint. And I'm going to run Linux Mint for a week. This is going to be episode 1 of Linux Mint. And then at the end of it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of give my thoughts on, like, is this really kind of beginner friendly? Like, does it actually meet some of the basic requirements? I think all of them, really, honestly. I think everything Linux wise is beginner friendly depending on the beginner and their experience. But just like, is this something that I would recommend, or is Linux Mint too kind of simplistic? I don't know. We'll figure out the criteria as we go. But first things first, we're here. All right, so we have this welcome page. Welcome to Linux Mint. Welcome to your new operating system. This welcome screen will guide you through the first steps, your first steps, show you how to find help and where to get information about Linux Mint. On behalf of the development team and everyone involved in the project, we'd like to thank you for choosing Linux Mint. We hope you enjoy using it as much as we enjoy working on it. Have a great time and don't hesitate to send us feedback. The Linux Mint team. All right, so first steps here. Desktop colors. First, make yourself at home. Choose your favorite color and whether you prefer a light or a dark desktop theme. Go ahead and do this. We're going to go with Linux Mint. Brown, dark aqua, just dark blue, dark brown, dark aqua. What? No, light aqua. L darker blue. See, Mint X. Ooh. Getting real. Oh, you know what? Why darker? Why darker blue? Why darker gray? Why darker orange? Pink? Purple? Red? Sand? Teal. Ooh, you got me at teal. Okay, we can work with that. That even kind of took my terminal and made it a little bit prettier, and then OBS. I'll work that. I am running BTOP here. All right, so system snapshots, automatic system snapshots. One thing that we're going to do, we're going to go to Control-Alt-T, and we're going to do sudo pass wd -d moidy. Password's been changed. All right, we can get rid of that. System snap btrfs. Oh, no, can't select btrfs. All right, so we'll go ahead and enable some snapshot. Driver manager, we're not going to need to really worry about. And then let's see, we've got the 2 terabyte drive. We'll go ahead and send those snapshots to the NVMe that the Steam files are on. Daily keep 5. Then we can go ahead and click create. So now we're on a snapshot for where we're currently at. And for some reason, my camera has decided to fail for me. Properties. Well, that's a fun face to be making. All right, we'll go ahead and get rid of my face for right now. Oh, this is going to take a while to do a snapshot. We'll go ahead, we'll let that run in the background. All right, and then driver manager. This is our driver manager. Looking for drivers. No drivers needed, obviously not. Update manager, we're not worried about. System settings, software manager. There's about 60,000 applications available. Linux Mint comes with the bare minimum to get you started. The software manager is there if you're looking for more. Okay. Generating cache, one moment. All right. Google Earth, Spotify, OBS. Okay, gotcha. VirtualBox. Discord. Okay, so these are all just a, lovely Flatpak store. We're good there. All right, firewall, control and monitor traffic. Okay, documentation, sweet. Help. Contribution. Okay, contribute. Okay. So, first things first, we're going to go ahead and do sudo apt remove Firefox, because we're going to say goodbye to all of that. Sudo apt install Chromium. So then we're going to do sudo apt install Steam. All right, we're good there. So we're already getting our gaming. We're getting our gaming. Has it decided to unblock? Nope, still stupid face. Got it. Somebody's going to turn that into a meme at some point. Or probably not. Okay. Well, it's not even showing the cameras being plugged in. Do we have... Let me mess with this. And apparently OBS decided to crash. And it had crashed again. Okay, well, we got this fixed. We're now doing it through H.264. So we're using XFCE instead of the Cinnamon Edition. And there's a reason for that. Let's see. Okay, maybe KDE full wasn't the right. Sudo apt. Would it be sudo apt install KDE-plasma? No, that's got to be Plasma desktop. There we go. I am a massive fan of the KDE environment, and they do not make a KDE for Linux Mint, at least that I found on a really quick Google search. XFCE was the one that was recommended to install if you then wanted to install Plasma on top of it. So we're gonna roll with that and see where things go from here. So yeah, let me grab this. Should have Steam. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, for some reason I got signed out of my Steam. All right, so I've got all that done. I'm gonna go ahead and log out, and then we'll go back to the recording after this word from our sponsor. All right, so the sponsor for today's episode is actually us. Shop.moidi.com is your go-to place for some fantastic merch. The shirts are wildly comfortable. I actually have one of our original Orion shirt with the thin fabric. The screen printing holds up really well. Sadly, I don't have that shirt on right now. It's actually in the washing machine, so maybe I should have thought through that a little bit better. But that is what our sponsorship is. If you want to help support this channel and the things that we care about at this channel, we have some fantastic merch for you, including the Coffee with Orion shirt. Orion was a cat that I raised from a little itty bitty kitten, and he passed away rather tragically earlier at the beginning of this year. The start of this year was not a fun start to the year. So we have his face that we have gone through and lovingly drawn a constellation out of his wonderful little face with his beautiful little green eyes being the dots that are there. You also have the Orion Class 2 shirt, which has that same logo plus the Moidi logo. You have the Lunar Wolfie Obesely Stupid t-shirt, which comes in a wonderful variety of colors. I think the pink really pops. You have the Hong Kong Titty Croissants. We're going to be doing a second revision where we're going to make that into TIDDY. But we have the Hong Kong Titty Croissants shirt, as well as the Hong Kong Titty Croissants, or coffee mug, as well as the Hong Kong Titty Croissants shirt, where the pink just really does a fantastic job at popping. And then the Evolution desk mat. So this is going to, we have to get the Obesely Stupid emblem put into here, but as we add different fun little sayings or different little artwork, we will slowly be evolving and adding to it. So if you want to know if somebody that you know also happens to have the desk mat in the future, you can tell when they got into the desk mat based off of the evolving desk mat itself. These desk mats are really nice. I haven't grabbed one, but a buddy of mine did grab these desk mats, and he said that he was rather pleased with the quality of the products that are here. So if you're interested in supporting the channel directly in some way, I prefer to not do anything like super chats or GoFundMe, or not GoFundMe, Patreon, stuff like that. While we do have things like Patreon as an option, you should get something if you want to help support the channel. It doesn't go directly into it. So the Hong Kong Titty Croissants goes into a project that we're working on in secret, and eventually that will be able to be released once we have enough funding, and 50% of the proceeds from anything that is Orion based, that actually goes to my local humane society. The other 50% goes into, other things for the channel. So in that side of it, we do have a little bit, but it also goes towards covering things like taxes, because that's what happens with business and whatnot. So if you're interested in supporting the channel and you like what I do here, and you like any of the things that we have, including we also have these wonderful magnets that are right here for both the Titty Croissants and the Orion face. So that's our sponsor for today. So yeah, thank you very much, and we'll go back to me trying to understand and set up stuff completely like an idiot for day one. All right, so here we are. Let's show this dialogue on startup. We don't need to show that. So that was ugly. That was extremely ugly. But we're here. So identify displays. Let's display port. Okay. This is port 1 is right there. And here's the HP monitor. Let's see, scaling 100%. We're good. Change screen priority. HP is at the top. Click apply. A little bit. Seize your time. All right, keep. And then we'll go over here, properties, and we will switch to, nope, wrong thing. Right thing. Okay, sweet. Apply. Keep. Exit. Apply. There we go. Whole Jiminy Crickets. Okay, so this is something that you might notice that happens if you have the two butted up against each other. I'll show you it here in a second. Here we go. So see how these two are kind of like, there's kind of like the bottom of these mountains here, up there, right? That happens when you have that overlap. If you just pull it back down and then snap it back into place and click apply, and then keep settings, there we go. And now it is gone. Oh, we don't have any overlap. I don't know why that's a thing. The downside is that this is X11. So Linux Mint doesn't have Wayland. And apparently that seems to also come along with the KDE environment. Okay, so settings. While we're here. All right, Internet, Chrome, Classic Blowfish, whatever. Okay, I'm not worried about this. Can I pin this to taskbar? Here we go. That's pinned to taskbar. So one of the things that we get by doing that is we actually get the Discover suite instead of the Linux Mint store. Now it should give us manager, software, software manager. So it does give us access to the software manager. This doesn't change, but we can do it through the standard system that's here. So do I get Google Chrome in this environment? Oh, no. Okay. Settings. I use Google Chrome for content creation stuff. So google.com/Chrome. Download Chrome. There we go. 64-bit. We should be able to just click on that and install it straight here within the software manager. Install. Okay. And since I removed that password, not necessarily recommended, it's just something I do. I would recommend that you always use a password, but since I removed that password, we then have Everything we need there. Okay, so my Google Chrome stuff loads up. We're good. I do love how Control-T exists just fine. So sudo apt install. And then what we're going to want to install next is Kden Live. Yeah. So far we haven't ran into any problems. Google Chrome is that's a normal issue. You're just going to run into that. That's a normal thing. Is the time correct? I need to make coffee for my wife. Okay, so sudo apt install Krita. Still batting 1,000. That's what I use to make my thumbnails now. Sudo apt install Blender. Okay. So if you have any questions, right over there is going to be, oh, actually it might be up there. It's probably going to be up there. Right up. Why does that still show up like that on my desktop display? Place properties. And then, Okay. Anyways, the bar's removed now. I don't know why OBS was still capturing a bar that doesn't exist on that display, but hey, it's fine. But right up there, there should be a little tag that shows my Linux Mint installation guide. It was the first video that I've done with Linux, I believe. So go take a look at that if you'd like to know how to install this. Otherwise, this is where we're at. We're on day 1 of using Linux Mint. All right, so we have some applications that I rely on. Let's see, Krita should load up just fine. And then we have Kden Live. Here we go. All right. So we're going to go ahead and pin to taskbar for Kden Live, pin to taskbar Krita, pin to taskbar OBS. Everything loaded up just fine there. We'll get some more testing in time with it. Sudo apt install Inkscape. Right, and then we should have access to disks. Sweet. All right. So here's our 2 terabyte. We're going to go in here and we're going to edit mount options, mount on startup. We're going to go ahead and launch that drive because that's going to be where our Steam files are. We'll load up Steam. Sudo apt install Mango HUD. And sudo apt install. What on earth is that called? I can't remember it right now. We're fine. We're okay. Settings. We go down here to compatibility. We'll turn that on. I can't remember what that program was that I use. Well, we'll install a different one. Install Lutris here real quick. Settings. And then storage. And we're going to go ahead and add drive. There we go. Sees the 2 terabyte drive. That'll start loading all of the games that we have off the bat there. And then, yeah. I think we're B-top. Everything seems to be functioning just fine. All right. Got it. Oops, I accidentally clicked to not sign in. Sign into Chrome. Will pop up on my Pixel. Yes, it's me. All right. I'm gonna go make some coffee for my wife. I'll be right back. All right, so this is where we're at. The next thing that I want to do is let's go down here into settings. We're gonna go to appearance and application. No, the global theme. We're gonna go with dark. Yeah, apply. Okay, so that's a bit better. Application style. Oh, there we go. There we go. Apply. Let's see, oxygen. Let's go ahead and throw that oxygen in there. That's kind of going to be similar to like that, kind of like that Windows Vista, Windows 7 type look that used to exist. Colors. I'm going to go ahead and pick my cyan teal type color. Window decoration. This is a great opportunity. So if you're not familiar with, you know, which one of these buttons is which, you should be, but we can always just apply the good old-fashioned Windows, you know, Microsoft Windows style there. Font. We need to download a different font. We'll probably do that one later. Icons. Get an icon. See if there's any icon packs that I might like. This one's kind of always a really tough type thing, because usually icon packs just kind of suck. What we got here? It's a little too flat for me. Yeah, okay. And like the thumbnails for them is just ugh. See, and that just looks too script kiddie-ish. I mean, I realize I'm basically a script kiddie anyways, but it just has that vibe. What we got here? Nah, that'll just make things more complicated looking. Nah. Customize XFCE, but like I would need like. I think we're gonna stick with the icons that we've got for right now. I'll find something. Cursor seems fine. Then splash screen. We can get another splash screen. I wonder if I can find the one that I used to have. I don't know why people want it to look like Mac. What we got here? Well, that was kind of cool. That's kind of cool. We're gonna go with that. That one seems. I like that one. Cannot install Space Invaders screen because the point of web page. Click here to finish installation. Points to a web page. I don't feel like screwing with this right now. All right, so we have some stuff pretty solid there. Let's see. Configure No, wait, no, that's icons. Enter edit mode. Show alternatives. Ooh, whoa, oh, hey, show alternatives. Switch, okay. Enter edit mode. Add widgets, add spacers, more options. I need to find a way to clone. Okay, well, there's that. We got some slightly better looking stylization, right? Stylization. Okay, I'm not sure if I like that. We're gonna go back here to plasma style. I'm gonna go back to breeze. It just feels a little too glassy. A little too glassy. I cannot remember the other thing for Mango HUD to install. But I think we're at a baseline for right now. I think this will work. Is there anything else that I want for right now? No, I think I'm there. I think I have what I need. So this is going to be episode 1. I will come up with some more stuff to do for the other, videos. We have Thuner, which I like Thuner a lot more. We'll get some stuff configured. And one of the goals that I have in this entire process is to just kind of get some of my stuff more organized. So we'll go from there. We got to change this background. I'll changing a background isn't that hard. But I'll get that figured out. Otherwise, that's something that's not in. Oh, that's a problem because it's not X11 or it's X11, or is it because it's, I'll have to figure that out. I lose the mouse all the time because I've got 3 monitors, and being able to shake it and it gets big has been one of my best friends. That's a slight problem. All right. Well, I'll see you guys in the next day. Don't be afraid to dive on into the riff. Leave some comments down below. Let me know what you're thinking. We're doing 7 days here on Linux Mint. Have an idea in your head on what we want to do the next 7 days on. So I've got some notes so far, and yeah, we'll roll from there. See you guys next time.